Hello you guys, I just wanted to sit down and talk with you guys about something. It is a scary time to be a content creator. Not just a content creator, but an artist in general. I know a lot of people, especially younger people, do want to do this. They want to make videos or they want to be an artist in some form, but they don't think that they can handle, the criticism or online bullying or what other people think of them. Something that I've noticed, and I'm sure a lot of you have noticed, is that it seems like it doesn't matter how neutral or wholesome your content is, someone always has something bad to say about it. And there's always some type of mean comments. I have actually seen that sometimes a comment section will be absolutely flooded with negativity and bullying, and it'll be like on a video that is so wholesome and normal, and I would have never thought that I would see all those comments. And it makes me feel like I want to go and talk to that person and tell them that they should not be receiving those type of comments. And I've also seen this with other things like movies or books. You'll read the reviews and it's so negative. And I wish that I could literally talk to the individual in real life and tell them, if you think that this is too much, you're not crazy. Like, I also am seeing the hate that you're getting and it makes no sense. But obviously, I don't know these people in real life. I can't tell them that. I think we've all experienced that, where we like something, just in general, like we don't understand the type of hate something is getting, because even if we don't like it, it's still like, okay, like this is unnecessary. I have also seen where that sometimes I don't like something, you guys. Sometimes I don't like a book or a movie, but it's not that big of a deal. I forget about it. I have things to do. I'm like, oh, I didn't really like it, and I get on with my life. But then you see that other people, they will go out of their way to bully this person, to try to end their career. It's as if they want this person to either take their own life or end their career completely. Sometimes it will be hundreds of people attacking this one individual so that they will stop creating, and so that they will get out of whatever business they're in. And I wanted to name someone specifically, but I just think that this has happened with so many people that I don't even think I need to name anyone specifically, because I think we have all seen that, where we know of someone that is in the public eye that is getting negative attention like that, to the point where it's extreme. And you kind of think to yourself, is this really, necessary? I mean, just because you didn't like what they made, is it that big of a deal? Like, because I have to go to work, I have things to do. I mean, how do you guys find the time to, attack these individuals like that? So look, I understand not wanting to create or be an artist because, these days you could get canceled and your career might be over, or maybe it'll never be what it was. I think I have seen some people get canceled over things that it's like, okay, yeah, that was actually like a crime, and I understand why you're being canceled. But sometimes it's over things that are so, it's like, what are we doing right now? I understand not wanting to live in fear of, always being on edge, like, oh, this could be it, and my career could be over. And I understand, wanting to take the easy route and say, well, this is always something that I've dreamed of doing, but I don't know, maybe I should just become a nurse. Maybe I should just become like a dental hygienist. Maybe I should just become a plumber. Maybe I should just I saw this job listing. Maybe I should just go to school, for this, and I'll just settle with that. I don't know, I guess it pays okay. And just kind of throwing your dream away because it feels like too scary to pursue. I've also seen like a lot of people saying that because of social media, people have gotten way too comfortable with bullying and being negative, which I understand where, you can get that point of view. But the reason I titled this video Create Despite the Critics, because I wanted to talk about this, you guys, basically to encourage you to pursue your dreams and just to do whatever you want regardless of what other people are saying. Look, you guys, this is never going to go away and it's never going to stop. And if you think that all this attacking people and criticizing people, if you think it started with social media, you're wrong. Even before social media, you guys, people were still behaving like this. It was just in like whatever way that they could. So for example, writing hate mail or gossiping through word of mouth. I guarantee you guys, if you go back to the 1700s or the 1800s, if you really think that no one was getting hate and everyone was super nice or something, that's not how it was. Like, I guarantee you people will always find a way to make sure that that hate gets back to you and that you heard it from them and that you heard that, yeah, like, I hated that book that you wrote. I hated that painting. I don't know what the hype is all about. I hated that play that you did. You know, people will always find a way to hate on you and to criticize you, because especially now, there's a lot of people on the planet. And yeah, I understand, you know, with social media, how it does feel like it's escalated because it's so easy to write a comment, especially to create a fake account so no one can trace it back to you. Like, I understand where that's coming from, but it doesn't matter what timeline you're in, you guys, you're always gonna have to deal with that. That is the reality of being an artist in the public eye. You will deal with criticism and hate, and it doesn't matter what you do or who you are, it's going to happen. And it's unfair, and it's, you know, it's scary to deal with, but it doesn't matter. Like, you guys, I've seen so many creators go online and literally cry and beg people to stop leaving them mean comments, and I'm telling you guys, it's never going to happen, because there's a lot of people who they want to hurt others. And let me just give you an example, you guys. If people murder, if people kidnap and murder children, if people are out here committing all these terrible crimes, and we see it on the news, I don't have to tell y'all, like, we see it on the news and you're like, oh my God, like, what the heck? If people will do these like horrible crimes and they end up in prison for life, do you really think people are above leaving a mean comment? Like, do you really think people are above emailing you something mean? Like, no, they're not. They are not. People are out here committing actual like federal crimes. They are not gonna be above, you know, saying something mean to you online. And look, we see on social media that a lot of times these negative reviews, they get a lot of attention. Okay, people who that's their whole career, is, you know, being negative towards or criticizing people or leaving negative reviews about certain products. That it does get a lot of attention, and that's why a lot of people leave those reviews. Or sometimes if you go in a comment section and you see the top comment with like thousands of likes, it might be, you know, really mean or negative. I genuinely think that there is no better time to be a creator. Despite all of this, I know this all sounds like bad, and it's like, wow, well, now I really don't want to be a creator, but I genuinely think that now is the time to do what you want to do. And you guys, ask yourself, are you obligated to care about what other people think of you? I mean, do you have to care? Like, if you see a bunch of negative comments on something that you created, do you have to feel bad about it? Do you even have to read it? I mean, you aren't obligated to do any of those things, to care or to even look at it. Even if the things that I create are bad, even if every single video that I make is absolute garbage and trash, and even if any other career endeavors that I do in the future, even if they're all garbage and trash and I'm bad at everything, I would rather try and to create things that I care about than to be resentful and jealous of other people for my entire life. And I've been there, you guys. I have literally been there where I don't, look, you guys, I have never been the type of person to go online and leave hate comments to people, but sometimes I'll see someone's post and I'm like, I wish that was me. Like, oh my God, why haven't I started doing this? you know, if I had started doing this like 2 years ago, that could have been me by now. I understand that feeling of like, oh man, like I wish, you know, that was me. I wish that I had been doing this, you know, back then. I wish that I had already started this. And so that's why I'm trying to do things that I care about now, because I don't want to get older and become one of those people that leaves hate comments and is super mean because I'm upset. I'm upset that they're trying and I'm not, and I feel insecure and I feel jealous and I feel resentful of these people that I don't even know. Look, I don't know, I can't speak for everyone, you guys, but I do believe that if you just like completely throw away something that you care about, like your dream, and you forget about it, it's gonna haunt you for a long time. Look, everyone has different goals, so I can't speak on specifically what it is that you guys want to do, but I really do think that that is part of why people hate so much and criticize so much. I do think a part of them kind of sees that, and they see people's talents, they see them trying, just the act of trying, and they get triggered and they're like, man, like I never even tried, and now I feel bad about myself after seeing this, and I want to criticize this person. A lot of times people wish that they were you. And that's why they want to bring you down so much. That's why I've seen people say like, I don't understand their success. I don't understand why this person is so popular. Because sometimes they feel like, oh, I wish that was me. Like, why am I not at that level? Oh, well, you know, I feel like I'm more talented than them, but I never started, so I'll never know. And it's like this very like, you guys, a lot of this criticism is deeper than you think it is. Sometimes it's not just people wanting to be mean, it's deeper, it's something within them and they are not okay with themselves. But look, I want y'all to ask yourself, if I allow what other people think of me and say about me to dictate my life, am I gonna be happy with myself? Like, am I gonna look in the future, you know, say 10 years from now, 15 years from now, am I gonna be happy with my life if I just stop pursuing my dreams because I'm scared of what other people are gonna say of me? I promise you, it doesn't matter what you do, there's always going to be someone, you know, trying to get in your way. So even if you throw away all of your dreams and you go the easy route and you just get a normal job doing something that you don't even want to do, I promise you, you are going to encounter coworkers and bosses who try to make your life miserable. And sometimes they are jealous of you because of how you look or your personality, or because you're good at your job, and you're sitting there and you're like, I don't even want to be doing this. Like, I don't even want to be in this career. Like, I don't even want to be in this field. What am I even doing here? And you're still dealing with all this crap from people. You're dealing with crazy customers, crazy patients, and you're like, I don't even want to be doing this, and I'm still dealing with crazy people. I promise y'all, I have worked so many jobs, you guys. I promise y'all, it doesn't matter what you do, you're gonna be dealing with crazy people a lot of the times. So you might as well just do what you want to do. Like, hello? The critics are never gonna go anywhere, okay? But you cannot succeed if you give up. You cannot get better at whatever it is that you want to do if you give up. It is the worst in the very beginning because you feel like you're bad at what you're doing, and a lot of times maybe you are, right? I feel like that. I feel like a lot of times, like, the videos that I've made fucking suck. And you guys, not even with that, like with other things that I've tried to do that I haven't put on the internet, I'm like, God, I suck at this, or I'm just like really slow at this. In the beginning, you have all these like doubts, and then add on top of that, people are making fun of you. And you know, right, it feels like, you know, why even bother doing this? But y'all, you're never gonna get to the point where your critics start to admire you, where people are like, oh, I've always loved their music. Oh, I've always loved them. Yeah, I always believed in them. I always knew. You know, you can't get to that point if you give up. You can't get to the point where you are actually really good at what you do and you have improved so much over the years if you give up in the first year of you doing something. If you just completely throw away everything that you want and give up, you can't reach the level of success that you want to reach. If you can't even push that past that first level, it's literally just like in a video game, you guys, where let's say the first level is kind of complicated, but you really want to reach the end of the video game. Your friends are telling you how amazing it is and how much fun it is, but you get stuck on like level 1 or level 2 and you really want to finish the game, but you're just like annoyed. You're like, well, why is this actually kind of confusing? You guys, it's okay. It's normal to feel like, to have all these feelings and these thoughts and these doubts in the beginning. And I understand too the worry of like, well, Keila, what if even after I've been doing this for a long time, you know, I still can't handle it. Like there's still hate, there's still too much criticism. And we've seen that with people who have been, you know, in the public eye for a long time, and they get to the point where they're like, dude, this is done. Like, I can't do this anymore. I'm changing careers, I'm retiring. But you know, you guys, I think that you should at least give yourself a chance and try, because like I said, I promise you, I'm speaking from my experience, y'all. Even if you do a normal job, right? Or do what you think is easy or what everyone else is doing, you're still gonna have a hard time. You're still gonna be dealing with, you know, shitty people. It's like literally, it doesn't matter what you do. And if you're a woman, you're still gonna be dealing with some form of harassment or sexism. If you're a person of color, you still might be dealing with some form of racism. Unfortunately, it doesn't matter where you go, you're always gonna have to deal with that in some form. So you might as well do what you want to do. And you know, honestly, y'all, when you're a creator, you have a lot more say over your schedule, over who you work with, over when you do things, versus if you are clocking into a normal job and you have to be around certain people and you have to work with certain people. With these jobs as an artist, there's a lot of cons, but there's also a lot of pros. Like, you can't get the good without the bad, but the good is so much, and the bad, there's also bad in there that is maybe worse than what you would get at a normal job. But there's the pro list is so like large that it's kind of like makes it worth it and balances it out, you know? So I'd say just give yourself a chance. If the ball gets rolling and if you get to the point where you're like, I wrote a few books, or I, you know, designed a few dresses, or I was in a couple movies or whatever, and you get to the point where you're like, this is not for me. I wrote a couple songs and I performed and this is not for me. It is okay to change careers. It is okay to change your mind. But I'm telling y'all, if you don't even give yourself a chance, that's going to be in the back of your mind for literally ever. And it is going to be one of those things that you regret. I mean, seriously, I'm more afraid of that than of what other people have to say about me. I am more afraid of having all this regret and resentment and embarrassment towards myself than, you know, worrying about what other people think of me or what other people say about me. No, especially knowing that I don't have to care. You don't have to care about what other people are saying about you, you guys. I mean, sometimes you can look at it as like, okay, that's something to think about. Maybe that's some constructive criticism, but you have a choice. It does not have to dictate your life. It does not have to ruin your mental health. You do not have to care, especially, you guys, when you see the type of people that are leaving these hate comments and that are criticizing you. I promise you, if you saw these people in real life, which a lot of times you can because you can look them up, click on their profile, you see the first picture of them, oh my god, like you guys, I promise you, if you meet these people in real life, you're not gonna care about what they think about you after you see what they look like and you see their personality and you see the way they live. It's like, oh, never mind. Like, I don't care anymore. So you guys, one last thing that I wanted to say is that I don't know if y'all have ever seen the movie Ratatouille, but it's like a Disney movie. At the very end of the movie, the critic, which he goes around like reviewing restaurants, and he finds out that, you know, at that restaurant, Ratatouille, I think that's his name, like Remy or whatever, he finds out that all these rats are making the food. And so they think, okay, this guy's about to leave us a bad review. But I'm gonna read to you what he said at the end of the movie, because that's his job, is to criticize other people. He gets paid for that. So I'm gonna read you what he said. Even though this is a Disney movie, I think this is a good quote. In many ways, the work of a critic is easy. We risk very little, yet enjoy a position over those who offer up their work and themselves to our judgment. We thrive on negative criticism, which is fun to write and to read. But the bitter truth we critics must face is that in the grand scheme of things, the average piece of junk is probably more meaningful than our criticism designating itself. I really like that last sentence, that the average piece of junk is more meaningful than someone's criticism. And it's true, you guys, when you are creating, that is what you are making something, you are creating something new, something that can inspire people, something that can motivate people, something that can make people feel an emotion that they've never felt before, or feel nostalgic, or feel happiness, or feel joy. And when you're criticizing something, you're not actually making anything. You're just saying that you don't like something. So I really believe that even if you create something and even if it sucks, it still is more meaningful and it's better and it's more important than a mean comment that you could see on your post about the thing that you made. So yeah, I know that there's a lot of people out there that are not doing the things that they want to be doing because they're scared of what other people think of them. So I just hope that this video could help you guys in some way. I wish that I could kind of like I wish sometimes that I could talk to people in real life and just be like, dude, why do you care? You know what I mean? But I understand feeling, you know, afraid or feeling anxious, and you're like, I'm already struggling with my mental health, you know, I can't deal with this. I get it, you guys, but you know, it's never gonna go away. It's never gonna die down. You know, people are never gonna stop criticizing others. It's never gonna stop. And so you shouldn't put your life on hold or put what you want to do on hold just because of something like that. You know, it's dumb, you know? So I hope this video, you know, helped you guys, gave you a different perspective on this. Yeah, I hope that you guys make the things that you want to make, because if you don't, somebody else will. And then later down the line, you're going to be like, oh, that person is doing exactly what I wanted to do, but I didn't. Now I realize that I could have been successful doing it. Now is the time, because so many people have paved the way for us to be creators. So many people have pushed, so people of the older generation, you guys, they have already pushed the boundary for a lot of things. There's no better time than now. A lot of people are more open-minded than they used to be. So yeah, there's a lot of hate, but there's also that flip side that there's a lot more acceptance than there used to be. And a lot of people who, you know, they're hungry for something new. They're hungry for something different. So you guys, I'm gonna leave it here. Thank you guys so much for watching. And if you wanna see something different from me or whatever, please comment down below. Let me know what you wanna see. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.